Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Blue Archive video. It's been a long time since I've been wanting to do this, but have been busy with a couple of things. So, let's talk about the future units, and I know a lot of you guys want a more detailed, specific explanation. Now, I do have some of my viewers asking me to check this out from Reddit, so big shout out to this user called OKYear7714. So he's a translator for an original post, alright? So he's not the main person that made this post. He translated an original post from a KR website by Snack, it looks like, from the arca.live. This is a KR forum website. So big shout out to both of these players, you know, the original poster Snack and also OKYear7714 for translating this to an English version that we can all read and understand together. So we're going to try to read through this. I'll give you guys my take at the end. I'll also leave the Reddit post in the description below so you guys can check it out. Okay, as you can see, it's split out into multiple different categories: recommended regular character pickup, essential regular character pickup, recommended limited character pickup, and essential limited character pickup. Okay, I assume limited character are like those swimsuit characters that will never make a comeback ever. Like it's a one-time only. But then again, so far in the JP server, the game is only 1 year old. There's a chance that it might come back eventually. Now, first things first, the recommended regular character pickup. Alright, so as you can see, the first character that's featured right here is none other than the 3-star Midori. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Midori, she is a 3-star yellow. She's a striker, piercing type. Alright, so she deals 191% damage against 5 enemies. And if Momoi is present, so Momoi is another 2-star that I believe they should both be in the same banner, and she will deal 51.8% of continuous damage for 20 seconds. As you can see, you know, she has bonus damage if Momoi is present. Okay, so Midori's normal skill, you can see every 25 seconds, she heals one ally with the lowest HP, which is really interesting. She's like a passive healer, I guess. Can help you in raids if you're struggling, increase crit rate by 26.6%, and also increase attack speed at the last sub skill, right? And if Momoi is present, again, increase her attack speed by 34.4%. The thing with Midori is I think she's really strong, but she requires Momoi to be in the same team. So I'm not sure of the synergy right there. If you do not bring Momoi, I feel like you're losing some of her DPS, which makes her a very strong character if you have Momoi. But without Momoi, then you're gonna lack the synergy, you know, the bonus damage that you get from using both of them together. So Midori and Momoi is something that you can consider pulling for. And as you can see, based on this guy's notes, she is good at piercing total assault such as Chist. But if you can't afford her, it's more efficient to pull only the 2-star character Momoi, who is her older sister, and pull Cherino instead. Now, I completely agree with this statement right here. I think Midori is something that a lot of players will skip, and me personally, I will skip her as well because I do not struggle with any of the piercing type characters. In fact, piercing characters is the one that I have the most investment in. As you can see, let me show you guys. Iori, level 52, Nonomi level 52, you can see my Pina level 52, I have Sumair as well, Junko is here, you know, Akane is something that a lot of players need to invest in, very good in raids. I have Hoshino, I have Hasumi. So you can see, if anyone were to ask me, you know, where my lack is it probably in mystic characters. I don't struggle in any of the piercing types. We'll see how difficult the raids will get in the future. So the next one is Cherino. Now Cherino again is another striker. Okay, she's also a piercing type, so she's also a yellow type. So this is something that, you know, we can basically talk about in comparison, right? Now Cherino's skill, alright, as you can see, she deals 605% damage to enemies within a round shape area. Cost reduced to 5. You know, when you level up the main skill, the main EX skill, the cost officially is 7, but it gets reduced to 6 and 5 at the end once it goes to level 5. Okay, so for Cherino's normal skill, every 40 seconds she inflicts concentrated fire on a single enemy with the highest attack, reduce crit resistance. Very interesting. Passive skill increase her attack by 26% around there, and the last sub skill increase her cost regeneration. This is something that I don't think any other characters have. Cost regen by 269 and an additional 77 for each Red Winter students in the same formation, up to 3 times excluding herself. But overall, I think Cherino is going to be the better one between these two, because at least Cherino only have one skill that requires, you know, the Red Winter faction tick. So as you can see right here, she is very good at Chist, which is also one of the raids that's coming soon. I believe could be the next one. She is used at pretty much any maps that requires piercing damage. Her sub skill increase cost recovery rate, and you can feel it when you put her in your party. So even if you don't use her EX skills, right? Let's say you have Iori in your party, you constantly spam Iori and cycle within other skills, you know, you're getting benefit from her passive alone, which is the cost recovery rate, similar to Shun in a way. So I sort of like it. So as you can see, Cherino's EX skill can feel heavy, which costs 7 and costs 5 at level 5, and this could be covered by a sub skill. Something that's interesting to note, I definitely would recommend going for Cherino personally over between these two because they are both piercing, right? But then again, just pick whoever that you think is gonna fit you better. Alright, next up we have bunny girl Asuna. As you can see, she's a striker and she's a mystic type. Now, I definitely think every player should try to pull for her. Mystic is really hard to get. Let's look at her EX skill. 5 costs, deals damage, okay, to enemies within a round shape area, reduce their defense by 24% for 40 seconds. That is a lot. That can definitely help, at least especially when you're fighting bosses, right? So she has normal skill, which basically every 35 seconds increase her attack. It gives her attack boost. Passive skill increase her HP. Survivability is always important as well in raids. And the last sub skill, when she uses her EX skill, her attack speed is increased. As you can see, she's perfectly built, catered towards raids. Definitely, she's something that you want to look forward to if you're looking for a character, a mystic type. The interesting thing to note is right here is mentioned that since her skill is AoE, her debuff rate is lower than Akane's and cost is a little higher than her, which costs 5. The comparison with Akane here is really interesting. Akane is not really a mystic type though, she's a raid type, right? But I guess they both have similar EX in terms of hitting enemies in the round area and also decreasing the enemy's defense. But definitely in the mystic type, Asuna Bunny Girl is one of the stronger ones that you should opt in. Okay, so next up is a character that I personally am not familiar with, which is 3-star Natsu. Now, another mystic type character, blue. Alright, her EX skill heals herself. Okay, that's interesting. Let's have a look. So she restores HP, removes 1 debuff to herself. The EX skill is 3 costs. Normal skill every 30 seconds. She increases an ally's attack by up to 16% for 20 seconds and apply this buff to other allies if they do not have this buff up to 3 times. That is a lot of buff. Very good buffs for sure. Passive skill increase HP by 26.6%. And the last sub skill, when she uses EX skill, her RAC is increased by 7.2% up to 3 times. I believe RAC here is referring to her recovery. Her recovery can increase up to 3 times, so that means she can recover a lot. So yeah, she's probably the first mystic defender. The thing is, with defenders, most of us probably already have Tsubaki, right? So would you want to build another defender though? I think Tsubaki can do most tanking for based on what I see from what I need, right? Probably going to skip her because I already have Tsubaki, I already have Hoshino, and if you have those units, she might not be a must pull for you. Now, according to the players here, she's very useful at the next Mystic Total Assault Perorozilla, and the ability to remove debuff is something that not many characters have. So the longer the battle, the greater heal she receives. She's the only tank that can buff allies, so she has some advantages. Okay, so that's cool. Tsubaki doesn't have the ability to buff allies, so I can see how she's good in certain cases if you need more damage and stuff. Okay, so now let's move on to the essential regular character pickup banner. So first up, we have Izuna, our current character in the current banner right now. According to the author of this article, Mystic type DPS is rare, and above all, she is so necessary at Shiro and Kuro Total Assault. Total Assault is not over once you have done, but it rotates, which means that you'll be twisted every time Shiro and Kuro Total Assault begins. Personally, I sort of disagree with this statement that she's good, but I don't think she's necessary, because for me, I think I can do hardcore even without any... Yeah, if you have Haruna, definitely it's going to be much more usable, and a lot of players did reroll for Haruna, so I don't see why Izuna is a, you know, essential character. She's definitely strong, I can see her stands out, and like I mentioned before, Mystic characters is quite rare. Again, as you can see, based on the previous list, there are quite a number of Mystic characters that are coming, so you might want to consider saving for those instead. But if you already pulled for her, then yeah, it's not too bad. You can use her in the event. You do get bonus, you know, buffs for the event currency as well. So next up is Azusa. Now this is something that I really want to talk about because I know a lot of players will recommend Azusa personally. She is a crazy bitch, please just pull her. Wow, what is this statement? Don't even care if she's a regular character or not, her basic skill decreases the enemy's defense, which is true. ES skill deals more than 2000% damage. Yeah, she's one of the burstiest character of all in the entire game, which is why in the previous banner, if you guys remember during the Aru banner, I recommend everyone to not pull for Aru and wait for Azusa instead. Asuna is just going to... She's going to be the single highest DPS character, I think, in the game. For a striker type, that is, which is a red type. But the thing is, some players did roll for Aru. Now, if you have Aru, if you have Hina, I believe your striker team is like pretty much stacked already. I'm not sure if you want to pull for one more. Like, do you need that many explosive type character? I know that Asuna is really strong, but if you have Aru and you have Hina, I feel like you can skip her, you know? But again, she's really strong. The thing about Asuna is not only her EX skill is good, look at the normal skill, right? It also reduces enemies' defense. So this is really good in raids. Passive skill, increase crit rate, and the last one when attacking enemy with debuff status, she deals bonus extra damage, which she can easily do herself because she can debuff the enemy by reducing the defense. As you can see, she's just perfectly built for raids. I think if you want to have an easy life in any of the explosive raids, definitely pull for her. Explosive character, the next raid character that you want to pull for, I would say for Asuna. Do not pull for anyone else. Alright, next Koharu, another explosive striker. Now this is very interesting. Crazy Bitch number 2, please just pull her. It will be decided whether you will need to use only one party or two parties in total assault. If you have Koharu, you can use Hibiki and Kotama on special without Serena or other healers. So she's basically a healer on her own, despite being a striker, damage dealer and stuff. So as you can see, deals damage to enemies and restore her allies' HP by 110% of heal in a round shape area. This is really strong. I feel like she is the next broken character that you want to look out for. I don't know who is better, Asuna or Koharu. It feels like Koharu is better overall, right? Like I mentioned, look at this skill, right? She can deal damage and restores her allies in a round shape area. And on top of that, her skill is only 3 costs. 3 costs is insane, alright? It's gonna make you be able to cycle through these heals. Look at the normal skill, alright? Restores percentage of HP to one of her allies when their HP falls below 50% with a 20-second cooldown. Again, another crazy skill right there. Passive skill, increase her attack. And the last sub skill, every 30 seconds, she increased her heal up to 41% for 20 seconds. Alright, Hibiki. Alright, this one is pretty much straightforward. She's really strong. She boosts allies crit damage for sure. I believe there's no guy who started the game without her. I'm one of the few that started the game without her for sure. Pull her whatever you do if you do not own her. Yes, Hibiki is one of the characters that if her banner ever comes, make sure you pull for her. Because like, it's pretty straightforward. You can't farm for her. Unlike Haruna, unlike a lot of other characters that you can farm, you cannot farm for Hibiki. There's no stage that you can farm in any of the hard stages. So she's definitely a must pull for a lot of players. Alright, moving down the list, now we have recommended limited character pickup banner. So these characters are all limited. First up, we're starting off with the 3-star bunny girl, Naru. Now this is a tank. Again, I'm not a big fan for pulling for more tanks because I think for a lot of players, Tsubaki should be more than enough. Alright, that's my opinion. But again, we'll see in the future if, you know, Tsubaki can actually stand up on her own. Another striker class, another explosion, right? But her defense is yellow, right? Heavy armor right here. So you can see she moved to a specific location, activates a shield equal to a percentage of a heal for 20 seconds while dealing damage to enemies in the round shape area. So 4 costs, similar to Tsubaki again. Normal skill, every 30 seconds she increased her evasion by up to 41%. Passive skill, increase her crit damage, which is quite interesting. She's a tank, but she need to increase her crit damage, is quite weird. And the last sub skill, when she attacks, she increase extra damage by 4.2 against all medium-sized enemies. I'm not a big fan of skills like this. I think Shun has something similar, like increase extra damage against large enemies. So this is very specific towards a particular enemy, right? So in my opinion, I don't think she's a must-have. I think you can skip her. She's not something that any players would recommend, but she is time limited, so keep that in mind. Next up, 3-star bunny girl, Karin. Now, I understand she's a lot of people's waifu, for sure. I know a lot of players are a big fan of Karin, but she's one of the very expensive, you know, 7 cost EX skill unit, right? Yeah, 7 cost is just so huge, similar to Hina. She deals big damage that ignores defense as well in a fan shape area. So that's something that I guess you can consider. But 7 costs though, let's have a look at the normal skill. Maybe she has something extra. Every 25 seconds, she deals percentage of damage that ignores defense by 20% to enemies in the round shape area, alright? Passive skill, increase her attack by up to 26%. And the sub skill, when she uses EX skill, her crit rate is increased by 20.6%. But then her EX skill is very expensive, so how often are you going to increase her crit rate, right? So this is something that's debatable. I don't know. I feel like compared to the previous Mystic characters that we just discussed, she doesn't seem to be a high priority. But again, if you think she's waifu and all, just pull for her. I doubt she's going to be better than Haruna, to be honest. I feel like Haruna is going to be overall much more utilized in a lot of raids, PvP and stuff. But she's definitely something that you want to consider and look out for in case you have spare pyroxenes. Next up though is the 3-star Swimsuit Iori. Alright, now she's an explosive character this time, meaning she's a raid type. Now Swimsuit Iori deals damage to enemies within a round shape area. EX cost is 4. Normal skill every 25 seconds deals percentage of damage against a single enemy and inflict continuous chill damage. Very interesting. Passive skill increase her attack, and sub skill when attacking, every attack 25% chance of inflicting chill. Right here you can see she deals a lot of DOT damage with debuff, which is called chill. It's powerful when accumulated, but compared to the other 3 swimsuit version of students, she is less OP than others. So if you don't own her, it wouldn't make that much problems in terms of battle. Yeah, looking at her skills, it's not that strong. But then again, she is a limited character, so you want to consider pulling for her, or else you'll miss out on getting a swimsuit version of Iori. Alright, so this is the 3rd day of me making this video. In case you guys are wondering why do I have a different shirt. Man, this video is taking long to edit, alright. At first, this was a 1-hour long video with all the 2 stars included as well. I decided to remove all the 2 stars, we're just gonna focus on the 3-star. So next up, let's talk about essential limited character pickup banner. Before I proceed, I would appreciate it if you guys could subscribe, give this video a like, definitely appreciate it. Alright, let's talk about swimsuit version Azusa. Alright, she is a mystic character. Again, Azusa is something that you do not want to miss. But this particular version of Azusa, you definitely do not want to miss at all because she's OP as hell. She's regarded by one of the strongest. She's the strongest mystic type character in the game. Alright, imagine Azusa being a mystic type. That's about it. Her skills are really similar. So let me show you guys what she's capable of. As you guys can see, 5 cost special EX skill. So deal single damage, inflicts bonus continuous chill damage for 20 seconds. So some DOT alongside as well. So her normal every 35 seconds she increases her crit damage by a couple of percentage by 30 seconds. Passive skill increase her attack, that's a lot. Sub skill, every attack has 30% chance to reduce enemies defense, but up to 15%. What is there to talk about, alright? Pull for her, please pull for her. Alright, please do not miss out on the swimsuit version Azusa whenever it comes. Some people say she will be coming around April 2022, so that's a date you want to keep in mind. Alright, mark your calendars right now. Next up, swimsuit Mashiro. Alright, so let's talk about her. Why is she so good? OP as hell number 2, ooh, only in tactical challenge. Okay, swimsuit Mashiro is, a lot of players have been saying that she's one of the strongest character in PvP. Alright, her EX skill, decrease enemies evasion. You guys know how annoying Tsubaki is, right? You guys know. She's a limited character as well, so for sure, you do not want to miss out on them. Alright, so EX skill 4 costs, reduce evasion for up to 39% for 30 seconds and deals 1000% damage afterwards. That's a lot. What the heck? 1000%? At level 5, of course. Normal skill, every 30 seconds, she increased crit damage to one ally with the highest attack by 36%. And the passive skill increased her own attack by 26.6%. And last, increase her allies' accuracy by 17.3%. This would definitely help her to counter evasion, tanks or whatsoever. For sure, very amazing skill. Again, she's a mystic type. I don't know, man. Between Mashiro and Azusa, if you can get both would be nice. But if you can pick only one, ooh, I would go for Azusa still. Personally, I would choose swimsuit Azusa. What do you guys think? Let me know below. Last but not least, we have swimsuit version of Hina. So she is not a mystic type, she is an explosive type. Alright, red. Not gonna lie, she looks really, really cute. I like her design overall, right? So deals damage against 5 enemies in a fan-shaped area. So instead of a big circle, she does damage to a fan-shaped area, which is really cool. Normal skill, every 20 seconds, she deals 2 to 6% damage to an enemy, inflicts stun. Wow, she has stun as well. This is something that's quite valuable, I would say. Passive skill increase her crit rate. The last sub skill, when she used EX skill, her attack is increased by a couple of percent, up to 16.5% and up to 5 times. So she can be really good in raids. I can see this being beneficial in raids for sure. Now as you can see, she can deal decent damage. Her attack will increase every time she uses the EX skill. She's one of the main reasons that prevent Shun from tactical challenge, and she can be used in various types of battle. So Shun always hides behind someone, and For Swimsuit Hina, since she's able to deal a massive fan shape area, yeah, she just counters Shun in a way. She doesn't do much in the raid boss though, it seems like. Limited character again, you can decide if you want to pull for her. These three, I would say Azusa would be my priority. Mashiro second. Swimsuit Hina will be third. Meta-wise. Waifu-wise though, that's going to be tough, man. That's going to be tough. But yeah, let's proceed. Next up, we have Waifu Pickup Banner. Pull her if she is your waifu. A bunch of characters here that I don't think are limited. So let's talk about each of them individually. Starting off with 3-star Shiroko, the bicycle version, the bicycle riding version, right? So Shiroko is a mystic type in this particular riding version. 4 cost EX skill, deals massive damage to enemies in the round shape area, and the debuff is really good. Reduce the attack by 50%. Reduce attack by half. This is really insane, right? Normal skill, every 40 seconds she deals 300% damage against enemies in a straight line. Very cool. Passive skill, increase her attack speed. And the sub skill, when attacking an enemy in a debuff state, she increased her extra damage by up to 7.3%. Which is really cool. Again, she has the ability to debuff the enemies on her own using her EX skill to reduce their attack, right? So she will always have, she doesn't need synergy with someone else to help with that. Okay, so her attack reduction definitely helps ally survivability, such as in Shiro and Kuro Total Assault right here, according to the writer of this article. The thing is, you don't really need someone to help you with survivability if you have 2 healers, and in Shiro Kuro you can easily block. You know, you guys know you can use like turret and stuff to block those things coming from the left or coming from the bottom. She's not like a must-have, but she's pretty decent, as you can see, right? Her skill is not too bad actually, but I don't think you're missing out on much if you don't own her, compared to like all the other characters that we mentioned earlier. 3-star Shun, the young version. Alright, so again, Shun is explosive type again here, red type. Unfortunately, you know, she's another explosive type. That means she's gonna compete against a lot of strong others like Azusa and stuff, right? The regular version Azusa. As you can see, her EX skill already cost 5, which is quite high, really on the high side. Deals damage, ignores defense to a single enemy. Not a big fan of this, alright? When you think of 5 costs, I usually like to compare with Nonomi, and her AoE is big and it hits everyone, whereas for this particular one, it only deals to a single target. Although it has the ignore defense ability, but I don't see how that's that good. Every 25 seconds, she deals 370% damage to a single enemy. Okay, that's something that's beneficial, I guess. Passive increase her attack speed, so it can be beneficial in raids. Sub skill, when she uses her EX skill, she reduced her attack by 21.7% for 20 seconds. So after 20 seconds, she increased her attack by up to 40 to 60%. I don't know, it's quite a weird sub skill. So every time she uses her EX skill for the first 20 seconds, her attack will be reduced by 20%. And after that, for another 20 seconds, her attack will suddenly increase by up to 40 to 60%. I'm not sure about this skill, it seems a bit weird to have her attack reduce. But I guess you can use her in a way that you don't use her EX skill at all. She's just there for the passive and normal skill, I guess. It's not too bad, her normal and passive skill are pretty good. Yeah, if you think she's your waifu, go ahead, pull for Shun. I would prefer the Shun regular version for me. Okay, so next up we have Hatsune Miku. Now, she's one of the most recent character in the JP version, right? Now keep in mind that she is a collab character, so I'm not sure how often her collab will come back. Definitely she's going to be limited in that sense, so there's some sort of like FOMO. If you do not pull on her, you might be FOMOing yourself, so keep in mind. So again, she's going to be another explosive type, competing with all the other red types, right? So let's look at the EX skill at 5 costs. Restores 144% HP to allies within a round shape area based on Miku's heal, and while she is dancing, she also increased their attack by 34% within the round shape area for 26 seconds while she is dancing. Alright, let's have a look. Does this have any correlation with her other skills? Normal skill, every 30 seconds she increased her allies crit rate by up to 37.7% within a round shape area. Very good skill to have for sure. But keep in mind, this is a normal skill, so you can't control and you can't arrange this round shape area, which is always a big struggle for the AI to use it on their own. So passive skill, increase her heal by 26.6%, and the last sub skill, increase her allies recovery rate by 17.3%. Oh yeah, she's a special type, so keep in mind, usually my special, for most people, standard team for their special is either Sarika, Kotama, or Hibiki within these 3 I don't know how Miku fits into there, but being a special type, I don't see this as being a, it's not a bad skill for sure. It seems like she can do quite a lot of things with restoring HP and also increasing attack, something that's really, I don't see any other characters having this ability yet. Something really unique for sure. Collab character, definitely I would say most players would be pulling for her, because if you miss out on collab character, there's a chance that, it will take a while before they actually come back. Moving on, we have the swimsuit version of Hifumi. Now Hifumi is a yellow type, piercing type on both her attack and her armor. So if you look at this, first things first, I know she can be a turn off to a lot of players. Why? EX skill costs 10. 10 cost EX skill, how are you gonna use it? Dude, nobody's gonna use the EX skill 10 costs. But if you look at it, summons a Crusader, which is like a big, huge, gigantic tank. For 50 seconds, increase attack by 36.8% while she is on the field. Every 20 seconds, she deals 359% damage to enemies within a round-shaped area. I don't know, man. Summons this tank for 50 seconds. That means the tank will be on the field for 50 seconds and it can easily wipe out a lot of enemies on the field. Normal skill, every 25 seconds, she deals 302% damage to enemies within a round-shaped area. The passive increase her attack by 26.6%, and the last sub skill increase her allies' attack speed. I like this. At least she has a good sub skill that can, passively buff everyone. So you can still use her in your team in a way to boost everyone's attack speed if you don't want to use her EX skill, which is 10 costs. So at least you get the benefit. Let's say even if you have somehow you pull for her by luck, by chance, there's still a way to somehow make her work in any team. Attack speed buff is something that's always welcome, especially in raids. Very, very good overall in PvE, right? Okay, last one in the list is none other than the casual mouse Saya. Alright, so she's a special piercing type, so a yellow type that stays on the back of the team. So let's have a look at what she's capable of. Okay, 5 cost, and as you can see, creates a horizontal field for 20 seconds and deals damage to all enemies within the field. Not sure about this skill. It looks pretty cool, but I prefer something like Hibiki's one. I'm going to compare her to Hibiki because, they are both belong in the same special category, right? Normal skill, every 30 seconds, she deals 300% damage to all enemies within the round-shaped area. Okay, that one is pretty cool. Passive skill, increase her crit damage by up to 26.6%, and the last sub skill, increase her allies' crit damage. Wow. Okay, so she has similar skill to Hibiki. So I'm guessing if you miss out on Hibiki, she might be able to replace Hibiki in a way. But her EX skill, I think Hibiki has a superior EX skill in my opinion. But sub skill, very similar. Alright, increase allies' crit damage by 70.3%. So if you don't have Hibiki, you're trying to boost everybody's crit damage, she can be used for sure. For sure, she's going to be quite beneficial in a lot of teams. Alright, so overall, plenty of characters that we discussed today. Maybe I'll make a separate video for the characters that, might be worth skipping as well. So that might be something that you guys would consider. I'll make that in a separate video. This video is getting really, really long. So it's time for me to end this right here. Thanks a lot if you stayed till the end. You are the best. I'm gonna go edit this video right now. It's gonna take a couple of hours, couple of days even. So yeah, wish me luck. As always, if you guys haven't already subscribed, would appreciate it. Give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.